show that we have been silenced.
Hey, Professor. How you doing? I feel Hello? It's perforated. Ripped from the dark side out. Hey, dude, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Well, everyone says I have faith. Breathe through your noses. We're gonna make it right to the Cheetah March and then kind of hang out after that.
Check it out.
Yeah, make sure you guys lock arms right now so we can be ready to go. If you're outside, find somebody to lock arms with right now.
But it is consistent with our past efforts to raise the behavior and intolerance. Therefore, we must ask you to investigate the climate of inclusion on this campus. Your policy against racial intolerance and your system of accountability. For it is clear that someone here dropped the ball. We will work with you to make sure your commitment to diversity and social justice are intact. I also bring you a message this morning from the Speaker of the California Assembly. Speaker John Perez wanted you to know that he too is outraged and that this can happen to a student of color on these public grounds. He indicated that he's going to hold oversight hearings, and he has been in touch with the California State University Chancellor Timothy White. He said he will closely monitor the situation so that every student knows that these unconscionable acts will not be tolerated anywhere, anytime. Finally, speaking on behalf of the California NAACP and on behalf of the National NAACP, with the help of our Criminal Justice Chair and our legislative advocate,
the law for prosecuting these cases. Look around ourselves. We're all diverse. Look at me. I look very different. But it has been that difference that we have had that has been such a strength that the university has had. I can personally, from my own personal experience, can talk about discrimination. What has really happened has scrutinized the leadership that I have provided, and rightfully so. What we need to do is somewhere in the process, our decision-making failed. As part of it, I failed that student. And within that one, we failed all of our students.
Are you going to join us in saying that these should be prosecuted as felonies? That is the call that we issue to you today. That is what we're looking for from you today. We hope that you will join us in that effort. I want to thank everyone for coming out.
and his neck was broken. I called you, Mr. Yee. I remember you. I called so much media because they lied. They told me my child hung himself and he had a crack in the back of his
They
head.
murdered him down here.
They were going to kill this boy.
They were going to kill this other boy on the
They were going
22nd
to
of
kill
November.
him. They were
They was
going
holding
to
to
kill
kill
him.
him.
He's not the only murder that's happened here, and they cover it up.
Gregory
They
Johnson
cover it
Jr.
up to protect this university.
One person speak on behalf of the students. One person now.
And a student should do it.
Let us speak.
A student should do it.
Let him speak.
Okay. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what you see going on here was, we called the NAACP press conference, and as young people should, they have a voice. The only thing I care about is that their voice is orderly and they add something to the program. I've been assured these student issues that they want to bring sort of rounds out the picture. So I'd like to introduce you.
Let the students speak.
Let me introduce him properly. Quit being so nasty. Let me introduce him. Mr. Miller, Gary Daniels from Los Angeles will speak for the students.
Hello, everyone. First, I'd like to thank the NAACP for barely letting me speak today.
That's right.
Barely.
It is very important to have student voices be heard and recognized, especially on the campus of San Jose State, where the voice of students is so often drowned out and otherwise ignored. No one except students themselves can truly tell you what their experiences are and how these experiences negatively or positively affect their education. So when a large, diverse group of students and student organizations proactively sits down and drafts a list of resolutions that they feel can truly help this university, it would do you, President Kayumi, a lot of good to actually take them into serious consideration. But instead, you declined to meet with us for an entire calendar year, swept things under the rug as if we would simply forget, and are now trying to apologize as if nothing happened, as if we weren't telling you all along. Yes, last semester when we were protesting and requesting to meet with you, we were trying our hardest to let you know that something was terribly wrong with the experience that African American students are having at San Jose State. But you did not want to hear us. Instead, you wanted to give millions of dollars to privatize online education companies for 40% pass rates. Instead, you wanted to take away student control of our student union that we pay for with our own money. Instead, you wanted to take away our African American Studies department. After we pleaded with you that such a move will harm students of color. But you did not want to listen. Thank God the Chancellor granted us the 2-year moratorium, because who knows what you might have done. Who knows what you still want to do, because you never came around in support of African American Studies. But as far as sweeping things under the rug goes, let me just end with this. When Gregory Johnson Jr. was killed in 2008, San Jose State chose to sweep it under the rug in order to protect its reputation. Why would it do this? Because clearly a false reputation matters more than the well-being and safety of its students. Remember this, diversity means a lot more than having token black faces in position of power. Or token black faces on the school website. Or token black faces telling you that everything is okay when it surely is not. So, President Kayumi, if you do not actually put your money where your mouth is and support these resolutions, African American retention and graduation rates are going to continue going down, and embarrassing incidents like these are going to keep occurring. Just a friendly warning, listen to your students and your faculty. There's a reason that our faculty requested the CSU level executive review of our campus's governance. There's reason for that. Thank you. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do thank the students, and I do know, as I intimated in my remarks, that when something like this happens, there's something deeper going on. I'm glad to hear publicly some of the issues from the students. I swear to you, at NAACP, if I work with this campus university system at my branch, we're going to be trying to get to the bottom of some of these issues that you've raised. Thank you for being orderly, thank you for being here, and thank you for insisting on your rights. Thank you all very much.
No, Jeff is causing problems. We ain't got a problem.
You don't even know her.
We got problems with Jeff.
I know it's because she's my state youth professor.
She's
not
good.
from here, but she is responsible for getting branches organized on campus.
When did we say morning to branch?
Well, that's for you too.
Well, the one that was speaking, please talk to him. You will know everything about him.
Start by coming to our VSU meeting. Start by coming to our VSU meeting. Our executive board. Start speaking to them.
I'm already a member, and it does nothing.
You remember that? What do you do for us?
Murder? Oh, what kind of... You know, if you're here...
I don't think you tell you that. I know leaders when I see them. I say you're a leader. I know leaders when I see them. Well, I'm asking you.
I'll leave the fraternity house, 284 South 10th Street, the one they just renovated. 2 years ago, they started renovating. They told me that he hung himself. He had no indication of ligature marks, nothing on his neck. I have been to Washington, D.C. with this case. This case was investigated as a hate crime. A hate crime. It was a hate crime. That's what it was. And it went to Washington, D.C. and nothing happened. Jeff Moore, I've talked to so many times, it's ridiculous. And he will do nothing. Nothing. All they're interested in is protecting the rich. That's what they're interested in. Protecting this university. They don't care that my child died like a dog in that house. He died like a dog. They busted his head open. They cracked his skull. He had brain matter oozing out of his head. When I got to the funeral home, and they lied. They lied. Called it a suicide.
Double back and came
This
up.
is the face of hate and anguish. I'll never forget what they did to my child. Never. 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 Why do we have to forget when they murder black people? Why is it okay? Why? Why? Why is it okay? Why is hate okay, President? Mr. President, why is it okay to bust a black? My child had A's and B's in kinesiology. He was going to be a doctor. He was a kinesiology major. He was going to be a doctor. They busted his head open and broke his neck. That's what they did. And they came and told me it was a suicide. He had no rope marks on his neck, nothing to indicate he would ever harm. I talked to him 5 days making Thanksgiving preparation. This happened November 22nd, 2008. And they covered it up. The news media shut it down. The only local stations would carry it. Only local newspapers would carry it. Only local. Thank you. It's devastating. You'll never forget. That's all I had. That's all I had as a child. That's all I have as children. That's all I got. I don't have no money. I can't buy nobody off. I can't pay no pathologist. I don't have nothing. All I had was a brilliant child. And they killed him in that fraternity house. And they lied about it. None of them have contacted me in that fraternity house since this happened. None of them. No, we don't count. None of them.
I'm telling you satisfied that we hear you.
I'll be satisfied with an action.
Okay.
You're giving me words right now.
I'm just trying to leave.
appreciate
I'm just
that.
trying to leave here peacefully.
No, that's
I'm trying
fine.
to leave.
That we're peaceful.
Okay. All right.
We're peaceful.
Okay.
So you
You don't like what I said?
What's her name?
we want to see it through action.
Right about her. Right about her and Jethro. They need to get them out.
Oh.